Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I am Srividhya and I am going to be the sergeant at arms for today's meeting. So before we enter today's meeting, I would like to set some ground rules. So number one, please switch off your mobile phones or put them on silent mode or vibration. I'll give you 10 seconds for that. Okay, number two, we don't discuss sex, caste, religion or any other controversial topics as a Toastmaster. So please refrain from discussing these topics in the meeting. Number three, please do not cross talk or walk around when the speakers are on stage. So great. Just as everybody has a mission in their life, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. So the mission of our club is to provide a supportive and a positive learning experience for all the members who want to develop their leadership and communication style. So please be attentive throughout the meeting and encourage the speakers with a warm smile and applause. With this, I would like to call the presiding officer of today. He's a senior IT architect by profession. He's a father of two. He's a cricket buff and he's been in the club for more than 2 years now. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming the President, Toastmaster Barath. Over to you.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmasters Srividhya for setting the ground rules for the meeting. Good afternoon, dear members and guests. I welcome you all to this 849th meeting, and with the sound of this gavel, I declare Medley Meeting number 849 open. I'd like to welcome all the members who have joined us here and also the guests who has participated in this meeting. Can we have introduction from few of the guests who have joined us here? Guest Akash, if you can come over here and introduce yourself to our club.
So hello everyone, my name is Akash and my age is 17 and currently I'm doing BBA in MCC College Thamram. So I'm looking forward to come for more meetings in Medley Toastmasters Club because it's been around 3 to 4 years since I have attended a meeting, and I'm looking forward to joining you guys. Thank you.
Welcome, Akash. Thank you. Can you have guest Krishna?
Hi guys, I'm Krishna. I'm here primarily because I saw some hundreds of posts by Dinesh Shekhar, who's not here today. So I keep seeing his posts on my LinkedIn. He's my classmate from school. So I just wanted to see what's happening. And as the word of the day here goes myriad, I've done a lot of things. So I wrote UPSC exams, I wrote bank exams, I wrote CA exams, none of which I cleared. So then finally I ended up in advertising, and I was in advertising about 5 years. And then I moved to the client side. So I'm looking for some wonderful meetings.
Thank you. Welcome. Can you have guest Balaji? Ex-Medley.
Nice to meet you all. It's been a while since I've been at a Toastmaster meeting. I think it's been about 4 years, 5 years actually, since my last meeting, because I got sucked in by COVID and then went on doing other things and got lost. So in all seriousness, I think it was just, I wanted to kind of get back to the scope of meeting other people, like-minded people, and talk to people. Since I live nearby, I said it's a great place to come on Saturdays, so I said, why not? So,
thank you, Anand. Yes, speaker.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Peter Jerome. I'm coming from Hyderabad. I'm 52 years old. I've been doing my business into uniform manufacturing for the past 20 years. Here I'm referred by Jayashri M. Thank you.
Thank you. was a small incident or a small experiment which a group of scientists did in a setup which they made called as the Biosphere 2. Biosphere 1 is the Earth, and then they set up a similar environment called Biosphere 2 in Arizona. So it's a setup where it was a glass dome kind of a structure, and where they wanted to mimic the other parts of the Earth and see how the nature or other living organisms thrive in that particular glass dome environment or a closed environment. And then there was one group of scientists who were experimenting with the plants and trees. They set up all the plants and trees in a more conducive or more favorable environment for plants and trees to grow. They kept the soil so fertile, and then they had the temperature, the sunlight, everything apt, and then the amount of water which is needed for the plants and trees to grow were all well taken and all well calculated, and that is how they kept the environment and all. And as expected, they saw the plants and trees grew well, they grew fast, and they grew tall. And they were happy, like the Biosphere 2, the environment in which they are mimicked was coming up well, and they were happy to see this. But after a period of time, once this plant and tree started growing tall and big, they started to fall. They started to fall without being mature or without reaping the benefits. If it's a fruit, there were no fruits at all. And then they started to wonder what is the reason for this, why is this happening? And then after a lot of studies and a lot of experiments, they found out the reason is because of the wind. In the environment in the Biosphere 2, whatever they did, there was no wind. And they came to a conclusion, it is because the wind was not there. The trees, even though they went tall, the roots were not that strong, and then they had to fall. So, but in the Biosphere 1, which is the Earth's natural environment, it is the wind which is seen as a challenge or one which is not going to help the growth of a plant or a tree. But it is actually the wind with which it blows. It helps the trees and plants to withstand it and to grow its roots stronger and healthier. So it is actually the winds which challenge these plants and trees and which help them to grow stronger. And that is why their probability of survival was more in the Biosphere 1 rather than in the Biosphere 2. So in similar cases, these challenges are needed, are necessary for us to grow and to expand us. And Toastmasters is one platform where we enroll and challenge ourselves with the opportunities we have, where it is going to help us for our growth and development. For the benefits of the guests and new members, a Toastmaster is an 100-year-old or century-old organization which was started in 1924 by Dr. Ralph C. Medley. It provides a platform which helps all the members to develop their communication and leadership skills. To carry the meeting forward, we have a Toastmaster of the Day. And today, to play the Toastmaster of the Day, we have a Toastmaster who has been into an IT field for more than 10 years. And then after that, she took a break and she is enjoying the life with the family. And during the last contest, she was the Chief Sergeant at Arms, and we saw her running from door to door, ensuring that the contest runs well and taking care of all her responsibilities. Put your hands together to welcome the Toastmaster of the Toastmasters.
Toastmasters and guests. Today I want to share with you a story about Hema. Many of you might have heard of her. How many of you know her? Hema. She was a national level volleyball player. She was raised by single mother. She comes from a very poor financial background. And when she represented her school and college for volleyball. And when she finished her college, she applied for a job in CIS because of advice of her teachers and the professors. She was told that you will be good in the police force, so she applied there. And when she got the call letter from the CIS, she was very happy. And when she saw the letter, her name was misspelled. So she wanted to rectify the error, so she thought she would travel to Delhi. They were very poor. Then she got a ticket in the sleeper class in Padmavati Express, which is an overnight train. She took the ticket and she started her journey. It was from UP to Delhi. During the night time, during the journey, some hoodlums, local thieves, they tried to snatch her gold chain, which was gifted to her by her mother for her birthday. Since she was physically fit, athletic and everything, she fought a lot. But she was outnumbered by the number of men. And after snatching the chain, she was thrown out of the train. And she fell onto the next parallel track, and an oncoming train ran over her. And she lay there till the dawn. Around 8 AM or 9 AM she got help. Some local good Samaritans took her to the local hospital. And in the hospital, they didn't have the supply of anesthesia. But the doctor was very particular, like we have to do the amputation right now, otherwise you may get gangrene. And she said, go ahead without the anesthesia. And she, I need not tell you how painful it would have been, the surgery would have been. And she names few people who tried their best to get medical supplies from the nearby village. Her surgery was over, and then we know what would have happened next. Political drama, media circus, and they have started blaming her also. Like, she is responsible. Why did she wear a gold chain? Why was she alone in a compartment when there was no men? She could have taken somebody along with her, and so on and so forth. During this political drama, she was shifted to Ames Hospital, Delhi, and she stayed there for almost 4 months. During those 4 months, she read an article about Mount Everest. So she told the doctors that, is it possible to climb Mount Everest? And they said, no, it's not possible, because it's the most difficult journey. It is the most difficult trekking with both the legs. Since you've lost one of the legs, it is very difficult. But we can try to get you a prosthetic leg. After 2 years or something, you can start with the training. But she was so determined, and she wanted to prove to the world that she can do everything by herself. So after 4 months, instead of going home from Ames, she went straight to Nehru Institute of Mountaineering Studies. She enrolled there in the course. Since she was very poor, some NGOs came forward to help her. They paid the fees, they gave her gear and other supplies. You can pay the fees, but you have to do the rest of the thing. You know, with the leg itself, walking the street, with the prosthetic leg, walking a road is difficult, but to climb a steep peak, it was very, very agonizing for her. Sometimes the blood will ooze out. She would be physically very tired, and the climate also doesn't help her. So, but she never gave up. After the accident was on 2011. In 2013, she climbed the Mount Everest. It took 52 days for her, but she did it. She is the first female amputee Indian to climb the Mount Everest. So this showcases human resilience, determination, and when you want to pursue a goal during adversity, what makes you strong? The inner strength. So she showed the inner strength. Similarly here in Toastmasters, not similarly, but when I saw last week during the contest, the top 3 spots was changing every year. Like this time the 3 people were not there in the last 3 years, but every time the myriad of people increased tremendously. Last time I think it was 16 contestants, this time it was 18. But when I spoke to a few of the contestants, what they told me is, winning and losing is part of the game, but I want to be a better version of myself. I want to try it, I want to understand the hits and misses of myself and others, and I want to do the self-analysis. And this is a very valuable lesson. So coming back to the regular Toastmaster meeting, the Toastmaster meeting structure has 3 parts. First is the prepared speeches, and second was the table topics. Today we don't have the TT, but we have a fun session. And third one is the evaluation session. So it's time now to give the stage to the general evaluator of today. General evaluator. She is vivacious, funny, and you give her any role, any speech topic, she'll just ace it. And she scoops away all the awards, and she's a marathon runner as well. It's none other than Toastmaster Jayashri.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Thank you. Today, as a general evaluator, shortly called GE, my role is to evaluate the entire meeting proceedings right from the beginning till the end and look into the myriad of details, how the meeting flows, how each of the role player performs, and how does every individual who comes onto the stage performs on today's meeting. With that being said, I'm going to be assisted by two set of teams who will be part of this journey during this evaluation. One is the TAG team, Timer, Accountant and the Grammarian. The next set is the Speech Evaluators. I will first introduce a TAG team, the Timer, Accountant and the Grammarian for today's meeting. And then we'll come back to the Speech Evaluators when the respective speeches are going to be announced. Right? To do the timer role for today's meeting, we have someone who's just joined Medley recently, and he's been inspired by some of the Medleyans in this hall, and he's also sharing his name with other Medleyan who's present in this hall. So it's time to welcome Toastmaster Pradeep, who's going to play the timer for today's meeting, and he's working as an associate director. Joining one more techie in Medley, he's an associate director working with Bounteous, ready to capture and note all the times that's going to be spent today.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the table topic speakers, formal speeches, evaluations. I will also alert each speakers about the timing they left with. So I'll use green, yellow and red cards on during each time period. For table topic speakers should limit no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll show the green card. At 1 minute 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I'll show the red card. For icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 5 minutes, I'll show the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I'll show the red card. And most other speakers should be 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I'll show the green card, and at 6 minutes, I'll show the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I'll show the red card. And the last individual evaluation speakers should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll show the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow card, and at 4 minutes, I'll show the red card. And icebreaker speakers should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, it's green, and at 5 minutes, it's yellow, and at 6 minutes, it's red. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, Timer Pradeep. Now it's time to welcome the bakery kid of Medley, the A counter. We have a lot of Rajas in Medley, and this is a special Raja who is also a bakery kid. And he has stepped up in Medley by taking a lot of roles. He has been the timer in the previous week's contest. Now today going to play the A counter, someone who is very much passionate about knowing history, and his aim is to organize a heritage walk at least once in his lifetime. So let's wish him the best and also welcome him, Toastmaster Raja, to be the counter for today's.
Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today I am going to play the role of counter. As an counter, I will be noting down the sounds and words being used during the speech as a fillers. I will be noting down the words that are overused, like and, so, well, you know. And also I will be noting down filler sounds like and a. And also I will be noting down the repeated words or phrase in a sentence like I, this means. I will be sharing my counter report when I am called upon during the evaluation speech. All the best everyone. Thank you.
The third person in the tag team is, and one of my favorites as well. If you want to learn about body language or vocal variety, I think she will be one of the go-to persons whom we can go and learn it all about. She is the co-founder of Express and Talk Academy, an academy which helps students and children to learn communication and leadership skills or personality development skills. She's been Medley's champion in evaluation contest in the past. Now here, stepping today as a grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster Praveena Sriram.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction, Jay. I'm practically on cloud 9. I think I have to get down a bit now. Good evening, everyone. Past, present, and future went into a room. They found that the room was dash. Can someone fill up the dash tag. Past, present, future. There is the clue.
Type.
They found the room to be
Yes.
tense. Yes. Okay. So that is how exactly we all feel when it comes to grammar. We all get so very tense because it's so confusing. Before, when my children were small, I used to teach them grammar, and I used to think grammar is a piece of cake. I can easily teach them and they can get very good marks. But as the days proceeded, more and more grammar that I taught them, finally the piece of advice that I gave them is, boys, just go by your gut feel. Whatever you feel is right, immediately tick it. So to that extent, grammar used to confuse us and my boys. But am I scaring you all? What I'm saying is, let's have fun. In spite of me giving that kind of an advice, my boys are still doing fine. So which means we are all sailing in the same boat, except for people like Sashi Tharoor, who will end up confusing us because the way he talks is Greek and Latin. So let's not worry about him. So let's all join together and have fun learning grammar. And at the same time, let's see where we can improve by helping each other and by wherever we can give some kind of small suggestions and make everyone progress in this path. And let's not forget, most importantly, to applaud each other for very good usage. And now for the word of the day. We've always been pronouncing this as myriad. But then once I found out the pronunciation, it is actually myriad. Myriad. And as mentioned over here, it's a noun, an extremely great number of people or things. That is the meaning. And some of the examples are, an artist uses myriad facial expressions to convey a message. Second one, the Qutub Minar has myriad steps to climb to reach the top. I can already see that 2 people have used it, and I encourage all of you all to use it the right way. Thank you so much.
So with the three members in the tag team being introduced, timer, accountant, and grammarian, I will come back with them towards the end of the meeting when the Toastmaster of the day calls me to give the gender evaluator report. And the next set of speech evaluators will be introduced again when they are called upon. With this, it's time for me to hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Kousalya.
Moving on to the prepared speeches section. Today we have a speaker. She is an HR recruiter. She has a 2-year-old son. She loves to bake and cook by watching YouTube videos. Her favorite quote is, "Big journey begins with small steps." She is none other than Toastmaster Sriannapoorani. Before calling her on stage, I would like to call her evaluator, Toastmaster Pradeep, to read the project objective.
I just want to motivate her. Okay, nothing wrong to stand here to encourage her. So, good afternoon, Toastmasters, once again, and my name is Pradeep. I am evaluator of today's target speaker, who is Toastmaster Sriannapoorani, who is going to give her first icebreaker speech. I am very excited because I know that level of pressure I have done that in past. The purpose of icebreaker speech is to introduce ourselves to the as a member to the club, and to improvise her and the way of speaking, and should learn the basic structure of the public speaking. All the best, Sriannapoorani. Over to you.
Toastmaster Sriannapoorani is giving speech on the topic lead by example.
"Why aren't you studious, Sriannapoorani?" asked my physics teacher. "Please don't take up biology. You can't even draw a heart. I can't teach you." This was my biology teacher. "Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests." Fortunately, I had a very blissful childhood. I was a happy-go-lucky kid. In school, we all must have come across one annoying kid in our class who used to participate in every single competition, regardless of she or he is good at it or not. I was that one kid. You name it, I was part of it. You won't even believe I have given my name for music competition with this voice. My mother, she used to prepare those and take me to schools for oratorical competitions. Most of them I have lost. Few I have won, but that never stopped me. I love that adrenaline rush. I was a firecracker, always ready to burst. I was never scared of failures. I just wanted to make my presence. At home, I have an elder brother who believes that taking care of me was his entire responsibility. We used to fight a lot, just like WWE. The only person who could calm us down was our mother. I don't know whether it is just in our house or everywhere. We don't get beatings for that fight alone. It would be a cumulative package of earlier fights too. I could recollect one funny incident where my brother and myself, we were arguing over some petty issue. My mother, she was standing at a distance and trying to calm us down. It didn't work out. She just barged in, tucked in a sari, took the scale, beast mode on. That's it. We started running for our life. My brother, he hid under a table. I hid behind a door. After a few seconds, my brother peeped out to check whether I got caught. But he got caught and got beatings for both of us. That is my brother, my shield, protecting me many times knowingly and many times unknowingly. After a few years, I had to change my school due to some personal issues. It was during my pre-teen years, which I didn't handle it well. I felt ugly, unworthy. I was quite clueless. I had a strong belief, whatever I do would definitely become a failure. There was this time where my teacher asked me to hand over a bouquet to the guest on the stage. My hands started shivering. I had a constant fear, what if I tremble and fall on the stage and embarrass myself? That's how vulnerable I was. Why aren't you studious, Sriannapoorani? By my physics teacher. Please don't take up biology. You can't even draw a heart. I can't teach you. By my biology teacher. Where I don't. But I took commerce. Did really well. Finished my UG, PG from Anand University, joined Amazon, McKinsey. Met many new people, explored a lot. Slowly unloaded the rope of fear of failure. I learned that strength isn't about winning. It is about slowly progressing after every failure. Then I took a bigger leap. I changed my domain to HR and joined as an intern when I was fully pregnant. Now I work as a recruiter with so much happiness and contentment. There are mainly two reasons why I have joined Toastmasters. One, in my profession, whenever I talk with senior leaders, CEOs, executives, I could see the clarity in their speech, the way they articulate their thoughts. I want to learn that art. I know for sure it will definitely help my profession. Second, for Skanda, my son. If I want my son to get on the stage to talk with so much confidence one day, first I have to do that. I can't be scared and ask him to be brave enough. I want to lead by example. Maybe my biology teacher is right. Still, I can't draw a heart perfectly. But I'll get up after every failure, slowly progress, and with many hearts by never giving up. Thank you.
Next speech is by Toastmaster Balaji. He is giving speech on project presentation mastery level 2 writing speech with purpose. Before I call Toastmaster Balaji, let me call his evaluator Toastmaster Hema.
Good afternoon, everybody. My target speaker is Balaji M. His pathway is presentation mastery level 1. Project name is writing a speech with purpose, and speech title is my first love. Duration is between 5 to 7 minutes. And the purpose of the speech is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and present a well-organized speech on any topic. All the best, Balaji.
Toastmaster Balaji grew up in Chennai and now he is into digital marketing. He is running his online ads. His passion is photography, especially taking pictures of people. He loves combining his creative and analytical skills in both his job and his passion. Toastmaster Balaji's speech title is My First Love. My First Love, Toastmaster Balaji.
Do you remember your first love? Yes. Yes, all of us have. Yes, I also have that one. But my first love is not even in school. My first love is not even college. But my first love is click. Yes, good afternoon, my dear Toastmaster and my dear guest. My first love is photography. I have 3 stages. One is passion and struggle and achievement. Passion. My cousin brother brought a new camera to home. All my family members wanted to pose, but I wanted to click. That day, my passion started. Every day, I wanted to explore new things on his camera. When I want to go out of station, I borrow his camera and taking non-stop photos. Even after a days, I worked as a assistant cinematographer in Black Sheep. The web series called TCS, Thiruvallur Consultancy Services. The fun fact is, I think 4 to 3 years back, the Urban Singh famous with this Tirukural quote. Yeah, Urban Singh also in the crew member. Suddenly the lockdown was announced. The second stage came, the struggle. I was locked in my home. I did not even stepped out and wanted to shoot, but lockdown came. But unfortunately, after some years, the lockdown lifted. I went out and with the help of some photo walks, I clicked a few photos and continued with the passion and with the love of photography. I enjoyed doing the more than 1 to 2 years. After a few years, I worked as a part-time job in my college days. After I brought my first camera that called mobile phone, I clicked non-stop photo with them, and then I put the story in my mobile phone like a goods train in my 24/7. After that, my fellow photography friends encouraged me to buy a new DSLR camera. Slowly I convinced my parents. After I convinced my parents, I brought a new camera in my EMI. The last but not least, the achievement part. Yeah, slowly I came up of passion and struggle. Last but not least, the achievement. Achievement something is encouragement for me to continue my passion and love for photography. First in the 2020, the Madras Day, the contest was announced. Wow, I think among 1,500 people around Tamil Nadu, my photograph was published in the Times of India newspaper. I brought them to show you. Yeah, here's the picture. My picture. Yeah, typical Indian parents says, after you wasting a long time in your mobile phone, you find some useful thing to achieve the motivation well. And I also, after some years, the one foreign magazine published my works. After few years back, the last year, from photo walks, the category announced like debutant category, like debutant directors, debutant music director. So the category is for fresh people who is budding photographers and budding cinematographers, the passion for photographers. They announced. I also given my photos, and my 3 of my photos was selected. I am showing the 1 photos to you. Yeah, this is the photo. 2023. I shot during the Vinayak Chaturthi time. The contrast is you can see the one umbrella. The people is and another umbrella. One auntie is hiding there, but the contrast thing is here. So I like the picture. So they also told the same story me. This was shooted in the 2023 the Vinayak Chaturthi time. So the lot of motivation that I continued my photographic journey. This photo remind me the passion and the struggle, sleepless night I had through my life. So you also have your first love. Don't ignore it. Go and find the spark and frame and see and achieve it. Thank you.
Our next speech is by Toastmaster Pramodh. He is a classical acupuncturist living and practicing at Sedayu. After a long gap, he has mustered the courage to step up to give his next pathway project. And he is giving a speech on the pathway visionary communication project 2 level 2. And before I call him, I call his evaluator Toastmaster Amritha to read out this project objective.
Good afternoon, everyone. Toastmaster Pramodh is giving his second speech in level 2 of Visionary Communication Pathway. The name of the project is Understanding Your Communication Style. The purpose of the project is for the member to learn about various communication styles and identify their primary style. And the purpose of the speech is for the member to share the impact of their communication style on others. All the best, Pramodh.
Toastmaster Pramodh is giving the speech. The title is The Conference of Communications. The Conference of Communications. Toastmaster Pramodh.
Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, like every brilliant mind, mine too has faced its doldrums, a writer's block. You know, the hardest part of writing a speech is opening the manual, and then it's even harder to put pen to paper. Therefore, like many geniuses before me, and many more after me, I have taken forever to get to my next pathway project. And this time, it's about the very devil himself, communication. To prepare for this, I didn't just take the communication style survey. Oh no, I could be biased. So I took the help of my family and friends. And the results? Apparently, I am analytical, initiating, and supportive. Which means I can overthink, oversell, and overcare all at the same time. But figuring this out wasn't easy. In fact, it took an entire conference. I let Toastmaster Shobhana lead the conference. Why? Because she's an initiating communicator. Initiating communicators are sociable, enthusiastic, and persuasive. They can turn even the most boring meeting into a festival. I said to her, but Shobhana, we can't just conduct a clandestine conference without permission from Toastmaster International or the district. Do we really have to go through so much just for me to give a speech? She replied, bouncing with energy, oh come on, rules schmules. This is Toastmasters, not the United Nations. By the time we are done with this conference, you'll not only have a speech, but a TED Talk, a Netflix special, and maybe even a fan club. And as usual, she sold it. Before I knew it, the conference was underway. First to speak was Toastmaster Balaji, the analytical communicator. Analytical communicators live for logic, structure, and data. If they were superheroes, their superpower would be Excel. He looked at me seriously and said, "Look, Pramodh, according to my calculations, if you don't give your next speech now, the members who joined last month will have achieved their distinguished Toastmaster titles, while you're still stuck wondering how to finish level 2. Statistically speaking, your progress graph is flatter than my ECG while I'm asleep." Ouch! But accurate. Then came Toastmaster Anita, the direct communicator. Direct communicators don't waste time sugarcoating. They cut through all the fluff like a hot knife through butter. She declared firmly, "The problem is that this Toastmaster syllabus is just like our school syllabus. What is your leadership style? What is your communication style? Who cares?" The entire room fell silent. A myriad of heads turned towards her. Especially the distinguished Toastmasters, who looked like they'd just put pineapple on their pizza. Shocked and silently judging. Thankfully, Toastmaster Leena stepped in. Toastmaster Leena is a supportive communicator. Supportive communicators are calm, steady, and encouraging. They are the ones who hand you a cup of tea when the world is on fire. "Don't worry, Pramodh," she said kindly. "You're already doing quite well. And you can pull it off before the next meeting." And with that encouragement, I finally had what I needed. The speech of the millennium. I realized that communication isn't just about one style. It's about knowing when to analyze, when to energize, when to be direct, and when to support. I gave my speech at the club's humanist speech contest, and then won the area contest, and then the division contest, and finally shook hands with the contest chair, with the district contest chair as the champion. And then my phone rang. The sergeant at arms glared at me. I froze. But it was a call from the president of our club, Toastmaster Barath. "Hello Pramodh, how's your speech preparation coming along? Don't neglect your communication progress. You can do it." And that call snapped me out of my daydream, back into reality, where I still had to write my speech. So, fellow Toastmasters, what do you think Toastmaster Bharat's communication style is?
Supportive.
Yes, supportive. Opening the manual is hard, but with the right communicators around you, closing a speech is easy. Toastmaster of the day.
Our next speech is by Toastmaster Vijayarajan. He is working with an Irish-based IT company, CubeMatch Technologies Private Limited, and as Assistant Vice President. Before I call him, I request Toastmaster Naren to read his speech objective.
Good afternoon, everyone. Toastmaster Vijayarajan is delivering his speech from the Pathway Dynamic Leadership Level 2. It is the same project as the previous speaker, which is understanding your communication style. The purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify their primary style. The member may choose to speak about their primary communication style or the impact of communication styles on them. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any other style that the speaker chooses, but it cannot be a report on the contents of the project manual. Timer, please note that the duration of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to you, Toastmaster Vijayarajan. Over to you.
Toastmaster Vijayarajan's speech title is
There are a myriad of ways to communicate. Let us look into the style of Rajnikant's style of communication. Suppose if you invite him for a keynote speaker in the next milestone meeting, how will you talk? Verbal communication, non-verbal communication, visual communication. Upward communication, downward communication, vertical communication, horizontal communication, diagonal communication. Written communication, digital communication, face-to-face communication. Which communication you want me to talk about? This is Rajnikant's. Let's come to Kamala Hassan's style of communication. Communication for years and years and years. People were thinking that communication begins with mouth. But I strongly believe that communication begins with ears. Ears means, this time I'm not talking about that year. This year I'm talking about this year. This will be Kamala Hassan's style of communication. For a long time, I have been thinking that communication means these are all the styles of communication. But in reality, this is not the style of communication, this is a delivery style of communication. Today we are going to discuss about different styles of communication. Okay. Many of you would have done already a project based on this communication style. First communication style is passive style of communication. Can anybody come out with what is passive style of communication? How a passive style of communication will be?
Mostly a listener.
Mostly listening and avoiding expressing needs, accepting whatever that comes to them. Basically, it's a doormat style of communication, becoming a victim for everything. Getting afraid to say no and express their feelings. The second one is aggressive style. This is basically, they will express the needs and opinion, but in a forceful or in a hostile way. And the third one is passive aggressive style. This will appear on surface that it is passive, but it will be passive aggressive style. And the last one is assertive style of communication. This is considered as the most healthiest way of communicating, that you express the needs and opinions clearly while respecting others. There is a balance with honesty, with empathy. This is the most preferred style of communication. Now, there is a cognitive scientist, Lera Boroditsky. She says communication is not just expressing your thoughts, it has the power to shape your thoughts. The language which you speak has the power to shape your thoughts. People speaking different kinds of languages, their thought itself will be different. That is what her research is all about. For example, when you received a message that the theme is blue for the milestone meeting, for us it will be like this, one single color. For a Russian, it will be like this. They will see different shades because their language has different shades. They will not say blue, light blue, dark blue, like this. They have shades. Whatever the color they say, they will say it in different shades. So whatever they see in their day-to-day life, they will see it in the format of different shades. So even the way we see it will change. And also there are languages, gender-based languages. For example, there are languages where objects will be in the format of genders, he, she. Even pen, it is writing we used to say. They will say she is writing. So every object in the world, they will classify it in the form of male and female. What she is saying is, language which is not gender-based, you will see a cow like this. And gender-based language, you will see a cow like this. Technically speaking, when you see a cow like this, when somebody asks you whether it is a male cow or a female cow, you will not see this, but they will be able to see that. That gender differentiation will always be there. They will be specific. It is not gender discrimination, it is gender differentiation. Now coming to this, why we are talking about this language, this scientist, what this cognitive scientist says is, the language we speak in our day-to-day life, we are talking about communication styles. That is, we are thinking that we are expressing our thoughts. She says our communication styles may be from our language as well. So what kind of language phrases we frequently use in our life will decide our communication style. For example, I don't mind. It's a frequently used phrase. What communication style it falls under? Can anybody? Passive. Passive. In Tamil, hey! That's what kind of communication it falls under? Aggressive. Aggressive. Passive, aggressive communication. Yeah. Aggressive bulldozer communication. Right. Many times you can find people frequently saying sorry. What kind of communication? Passive. Passive. Why can't you ever get it right? Don't worry about me, I will just sit here in the dark alone. Don't worry about me. No, this is not passive. This will fall under that passive aggressive style of communication. This is neither passive nor aggressive. Passive aggressive. It sounds like passive, but it is actually aggressive. I will sit in the dark itself. So I don't agree with that idea, but I respect your perspectives. Assertive. Mostly in evaluation, what kind of communication we use generally? Vana sonna puriyada, very frequently used in Tamil. What is this phrase? Aggressive. Aggressive. Illai. Very frequently used word in Tamil. No, this is actually, they say it is assertive because it's straight, it is clear. You make others easily understand. This pathikalam, you might have especially seen from many people. They say pathikalam. What kind of? Passive communication. Sonna puriyada. What pudcha mai panika? What is this communication? These are all the phrases which we use in our day-to-day life. I don't care what you think. Yes.
This is like teaching my son grammar.
So, these are all the assertive phrases. I hear what you are saying, but I see it differently. These are some examples. I understand your point, but my decision is final. You are making it clear. I need some time to think before I respond. I value to input. Here's what I believe will work best. These are all the communications which you keep simple, straight, and so that the other person can easily understand. So basically, these are all the states of understanding. To conclude, I can conclude like this. Your content may be right, intent may be right, but if you fail in the communication state, dandanaka, kanaka. Over there.
We have 4 rapid speeches today. Usually we have table topics, the dead and Today there is no TT, but instead of that, we are having fun session. It is by Toastmaster Ramya. She is a founder of Savya Innovations and Creative Content Strategy. She is a founder of Savya Innovations and a creative content. She is a creative content strategist. Her belief is, if you choose to do something, do it with passion and love. Otherwise, don't do it.
Sorry.
Please welcome Toastmaster Ramya.
Good afternoon. Just a moment, please.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I hope today is not a very humorous speech contest which happened now, the four wonderful speeches. Okay, and before starting the fun session, a short story, a very, very small story. Okay, in a tree there was a beautiful bird called Betty. She was very beautiful, everyone used to appreciate her a lot. In the very next tree, there was another bird called Zaira. Zaira was a great singer. She used to sing every day, every time. But nobody complimented her much. Betty had something to ask Zaira. She went to Zaira and said, "You sing every day, almost every day you sing. But no one even cares. Look at me, everybody appreciates me and I'm loaded with compliments. How do you manage singing without receiving any compliments?" Zaira smiled and said, "I sing for the joy of it. Every time I sing, I enter into a zone which no compliments can give me. So I sing for myself. If people enjoy, it's good. Otherwise, I'm still fine. Singing is my special joy." Similarly, Toastmaster, I see that everyone have the love for speaking, and speaking makes them happy. They're speaking their soul, and they're crafting great speeches. And I think let's continue giving great speeches like this. And with that, without much further ado, I'll start with the fun session today. The name is Do on the Twist. When words clash, fun begins. I'll take you through the game rules. Two players come forward. I think sir already have the names with me. The first player should say a living thing, and the second player should say a non-living thing. Please don't use special proper nouns like say a cat or a lily or something like that. If it's going to be a human, just say human. No Tendulkar or Virat Kohli or something like that. Only nouns, common nouns. The player should take turns. Within 3 seconds, they should communicate. For example, say cat, table, dog, chair, something like this. You follow now. If you have any questions, please do ask me. And then no repeats allowed. For the first 3 set of round, if a dog is used, the next three set of the pair should not use the word dog. And the person who is going to gauge is the audience. You have to clock who has repeated the word in the first 3 pairs. You get it? Yes. And the person who fails has to take a challenge. The person who fails has to take a challenge. Say a tongue twister, any one of the challenge. Sing a song after me or enact a compound word. Okay? And also, again there is a challenge for them, the challenge for this challenge. Everybody has to go through. So for example, say first, a person who fails has to take any one of these. The second one can take only one tongue twister or one or two sing after me or two. I'll explain you with the better challenge next slide, please. See, one challenge has been chosen 2 times. It is locked temporarily. So after 3 challenges have been chosen, total the set of challenges is unlocked. So everybody has to make use of all the challenges. Okay? And now volunteers. Any questions? And also 5 surprise gifts are there at the end of the session. Okay, guest TM, Toastmaster Raja, and guest Anish. So, you stand here and stand. You have to say a green thing, you have to say a normal thing. Okay? Don't take much time, it's 3 seconds. But I'm enough for you. And will take maximum 3 seconds. And the audience has to clock if they repeat the word and also if they do any error. Okay? She said, please go ahead. Richard? Can you please be louder? Chair. Chair.
Dog. Buffalo.
Louder, please.
Crow. Window. Horse. Giraffe. Lion. Cat. Tiger.
You lost. Only 3 seconds. Oh. Okay. Okay, you ready? Now there are, yeah, which challenge you want to do? Which one?
I'll take.
Sing. Oh. You will sing after me or will sing a song by yourself? Whichever way.
I'll sing.
Please go ahead.
கண்ணோடு கண்கள் ஏந்தும் கற்பூர தீபமே
Sorry, I'll quickly take a lyrics here.
கண்ணோடு கண்கள் ஏற்றும் கற்பூர தீபமே கை தீண்டும் போது பாயும் மின்சாரமே உல்லாச மேடை மேலே ஓரங்க நாடகம் இன்பங்கள் பாடம் சொல்லும் என் தாயகம்.
Thank you so much. The next pair, Toastmaster Shanmugave, guest Akash. You still living thing and you should say non-living things.
Table. Chair. Mobile phone. Such. Pen. Pen.
Dog.
Ring. Dog or read it. Read it. Okay. You stay here, you lose. And so, which challenge do you want to take? Sing after me. Sure? Sing after me.
Oh, you're on the spot.
உண்டான காயமிங்கு தன்னாலே மாறி போன மாயமென்ன பொன்மானி பொன்மானி.
Okay, actually he's from Delhi. Ramya is from Delhi.
Delhi,
Line by line. Line by line, BBC.
Line by line you can sing. Oh my, I don't know Hindi songs. Ek do teen. Sing that song. Ek do teen. I don't know Hindi. I'm sorry.
No, any.
You can sing a Hindi song, no problem.
No, anything. I'll try to.
Okay. Easy song, huh?
No, whatever song you
Yeah, whatever song you feel like
No,
singing.
it's fine.
No, I think you should sing something that's there in both Tamil and Hindi. So you can enjoy it and he can also, he probably know.
Pasigra is there, no? In Tamil and Hindi.
Zara, zara. You know there's an Hindi version.
Zara,
right?
zara. Is that the Hindi version? I know he's Gen Z or Gen Alpha.
You know ek
Chennai Express.
Ek do teen. That's what I know. What Tamil is? Just okay. How much would woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would? 3 times faster.
How much wood a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood?
Okay.
How much would a woodchuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? How much would a woodchuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood?
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Toastmaster Raja M. Toastmaster Pradeep yes. No, for the 3 that you should not receive the same one. Next time you should now listen. Okay, you're pressing a big thing. Then normally. Okay, start. You should not repeat the same one which previous people have repeated. Please start.
Okay, so let me this. Mother,
Rat,
father,
ball,
son,
stump,
kid,
voice,
daughter,
auditorium,
sister,
speaker,
Ramya,
Which challenge you want to choose?
song.
Song. Okay, sing.
I'm not good at singing.
It's okay, sing.
Any preference for any song?
Which show is it? Song of your choice.
Even school time also. You prefer any song?
See, I know only Tamil songs.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Or maybe after you.
Really?
Oh, this is too low.
Too old. New song.
Oh, maybe
New song. Just suggest me new song.
Ranjita song.
Okay, now. Ranjita Bay, sing.
Sorry. Okay, maybe.
You twinkle, twinkle, little star.
He will sing. You sing whatever.
Okay, ஒரே நாள் வாழ்க்கை எங்கு எங்கும். So that is what I usually used to listen.
If you want to get just enact a compound word,
That's fine.
That's fine. No, it's not fine. You have we can look at it.
Oh, something else.
You have to enact it and audience has to find it. Otherwise, I'll give you another time. No, you have already seen this. Come on,
You would have thought I would have prepared PT and able to say
So I want to act
Flower.
Thank you.
Thank you, please. Jayashri for finding this. You saved me. She clocked it in the first itself. Guest Peter, guest Krishna. Be fast as possible. And now, no repeat words. Okay, because 3 par is over. Now you can start with fresh words and continue. Okay, 1, 2, 3, start.
Yeah, repeat the whole things.
You can. Now you can.
M.
Gavel.
Crow.
Lens.
Lion.
Shirt.
Deer.
Button.
Elephant.
Cufflink.
Tiger.
Socks.
Cat.
AC.
Dog.
Chair.
Cheetah.
Car keys.
Duck.
Mobile phone cover.
You lost. You lost, I said. No, you won. Which challenge you would like to pick from? Think of two. That's already 2 people have chosen. You can't choose. So say tongue twister or enact a powerful word. Which one you like to choose?
What is tongue twister?
Say like this 3 times. I'll give a fresh one for you because this is already used. Do you want to go for this? Yes, okay. If 2 witches were watching 2 watches, which would watch which watch?
If 2 witches are watching 2 watches, which would watch which watch?
Okay, you have to say 3 times.
If 2 witches are watching 2 watches, which would watch which watch? If 2 witches were watching 2 watches, which would watch which watch?
Guess Kiranjit, guess Krishna Priya. Can we start? Yes. Living thing and she's non-living.
Living thing.
Living thing and she's non-living.
Okay. Dog. Oh, it's a repeated one. So.
No, from last it's a fresh start and we can just go ahead.
Okay. Dog.
Cycle.
Coach. Cockroach. Fact.
You just lost it. I'm good at job. So you have to wait and you have only one choice. You have to enact a compound word. Please. Choose one word. Football.
There you go.
Yes, Deepak. Anyone volunteer? Please come. Anyone? Jayashri? Naren? Collies? Balaji, come, please come. Start. You are living thing and non-living. Start.
Football, volleyball, chats, table, medal, certificate, camera, mobile phone, headphone, lizard. Bluetooth, eagle. Laptop, snake.
Okay, snake was two. So the challenge would like to a tongue twister for a song.
Song.
Please.
It's a Hindi song. चला जाता हूँ किसी की धुन में धड़कते दिल के तराने लिए चला जाता हूँ किसी की धुन में धड़कते दिल के तराने लिए मिलन की मस्ती भरी आँखों में हजारों सपने सुहाने लिए ओ चला जाता हूँ किसी की धुन में
Any two volunteers? Anga told me. Anga, please come. Living and non-living.
Let's change the piece.
Yeah.
Okay,
please.
Change.
Actually, previous people, whatever they said, you should not supposed to repeat it. We have the second set of batch, so you are supposed to repeat that. But otherwise, you can just say anything. But I don't mention names. Dog names, Jimmy, Julie, nothing.
I would say the
Living thing, non-living. Living thing.
building,
Man.
tree,
Grandpa.
sand,
Grandpa.
Tree is living. Tree is living. Yeah, tree is living. Oh,
oh,
he dropped
this is a cut-down tree.
No, not tree, right? No, you have to wait. Because he lost. Which one would you like to choose from this? Tongue twister, or a song, or a like a compound word? Which one? Please.
Dum dum dananda dum da dum danandam மோகம் என்னும் பெய்யில் என் மனம் சென்று வெந்து உருகும் வானம் எங்கும் அந்த பிம்பம் வந்து வந்து விலகும் மோகம் என்னும் மாயப்பேயை கொன்று போட வேண்டும் இல்லை என்ற போது எந்த மூச்சு நின்று போக வேண்டும் தாயே வந்து தண்ணீர் ஊற்ற வேண்டும் வேண்டும் மனதில் உனது ஆதிக்கம் இளமை நலகு உயிரை பாதிக்கும் ஆசை என்னும் புயல் வீசி விட்டதடி ஆணி வேர் வரையில் ஆடிவிட்டதடி காப்பாய் தேவி காப்பாய் தேவி
PM Kousalya last. Please. Kousalya finished? No, one more now. Hema. Living and non-living. Start. Okay, as you wish. These are last sets, so as you wish. Start.
Sheet, pen, rock, pencil, spirit, rubber, board, scarab, stabilizer, last.
You could just say any one of it because everything is on. Please.
ஒரு கிழவன் வாழைப்பழத்தோடு சறுக்கி கீழே விழுந்தான் ஒரு கிழவன் வாழைப்பழத்தோடு சறுக்கி கீழே விழுந்தான் ஒரு கிழவன் வாழைப்பழத்தோடு சறுக்கி கீழே விழுந்தான்.
And Hema, yes. You know that, so you have to unknow that. Okay. Fred, okay, please go on.
Fred fed bread, Ted fed bread, and both Fred and Ted fled before bed. Fred fed them Ted bread, Ted fed bread, and both Fred and Ted fled before bed. Fred fed Ted bread, Ted fed bread, and both Fred and Ted fled before bed.
Thank you so much. And I said there are 5 surprise prizes. Yes. Best Entertainer, the Showstopper Award goes to Toastmaster Sriannapoorani.
The extra chocolate.
Thank you so much. And the Spirit Award, Guest Akash. Thank you so much. The Sharp Mind Award, Guest Krishna. And there is Eagle Eye Award for 2 audiences. One, Toastmaster Praveena. Another Eagle Eye Award goes to Toastmaster Jayashri. Thank you so much for actively participating in this. Okay, everything is part of the club. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ramya, for the fun session. I request the timer to read out the qualified speakers.
TMoD qualified 4 minutes 26 seconds. And Balaji, Pramodh, and Vijayarajan.
All four are qualified. This link is ready. I request you all to vote for the best speaker. Now time to hand over the stage to the gender evaluator. Toastmaster Shesh.
I will let 20 seconds for you to vote. If you are done, just give me a thumbs up. Okay. Now we go to the last section of today's meeting, which is all about speech evaluation. There were 4 speeches, and each of these speeches will be evaluated by individual evaluators. To evaluate the first speech, we have a Toastmaster who works as a sales head in Butterfly Appliances. I was amazed by his speech in the humorous speech contest. I've seen people giving humorous speech with entirely like a stand-up comedy, but he is someone who has made a thriller speech into a humorous speech, and he nailed the spoken variety and body language in that speech. Today we'll evaluate the first speaker, Toastmaster Sriannapoorani. Let's welcome Toastmaster Pradeep to the stage.
Once again, good afternoon everyone, and especially good afternoon to my wonderful speaker, Toastmaster Sriannapoorani. I thoroughly enjoyed her speech, and I inspired with the speech also. I will give the why I inspired that also in the end of my speech. Before that, I just want to ask everybody whether she breaks her ice today. Yes. We come to know few fun part of her life, and when she fought with her brother. The wonderful part is that she's very confident, and when she gave her name to the music, contest. And that shows today also that when she was giving a speech. And the best part I admire with her that she is a very good storyteller, narrating the story. When she was describing about her mom, I literally was thinking that her mom is standing there. Actually, I was imagining about my mom also. At that time I realized that everybody moms are like similar kind of imagination and kind of activities. The third part I just wanted that best thing is that humor is working for you. That's a gift for you. Please try to work out and it will be really strength for you. And the lesson what I was talking about, the two lessons I can take from your speech was, first thing is that live in presence. I really wonder that how you are doing that, because till date I am struggling. My all past are keeping in my mind and all future are keep on rotating in my mind. I am not able to live in presence, but you have given that. And the best part is the purpose of joining Toastmaster Club. I really inspire with you. I believe that your son will be inspired with you also, that you want your kid to stand very confidently in front of audience on the stage. And that reason what you told, no? That's what you want to learn, and then you want to make sure that your son should be should not fear with this audience and stage. That is really remarkable. I thoroughly inspired with that. I also doing the same thing for my son. Wherever I done my mistake, I make sure that I rectify that mistake and make sure that he will not do that. I thoroughly inspired with that. And every speech will keep on improvising every day, every time. And few things which helps you, which I noticed that, one is that passes will help you to make your speech more presentable. I recently learned that when I'm giving my humorous speech. I recently learned that. I just want to share with you. The more you give passes, people thoroughly enjoy your speech. They will incorporate your mind, their mind, and they come back with proper response. Second thing is that voice. Maybe I was sitting in last. Probably I'm not able to hear few sentence. But yes, your voice, you have bass. You try to utilize that, or that is your strength. But you have to, in the end of the speech, you have somewhere you have dropped down your voice. If you can increase your voice, really helpful for you. And conclusion, I can say that you have a very good confident structure standing on the stage. You have good humorous and good storytelling. And after a few passes and voice that you will do, I am sure that you have good speech next time. I am expecting for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pradeep, for a motivating yet an insightful evaluation. To evaluate a second speaker, Toastmaster Balaji, we'll have an evaluator who's known for her bubbliness, chirpiness, brings utmost positivity to the club. She is a sports physiotherapist by profession. She has done a lot of roles in our club, being contributing to Milestone or Beat with a contest. So I'm happy to welcome Toastmaster Hema to evaluate Toastmaster Barath.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jayashri, because for me it's quite overwhelming. Some new thing you have just talked about me. Thank you so much for that. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. My target speaker Balaji. The title itself is quite grabbing because you ask the question to all the audiences. You have any first love? The moment you asked about it, I was expecting some romantic story of your side. And you told about your first love about the photography. Since you're asking the question, I was in the position, what should I talk about? Okay, you're asking the question. I thought, should I discuss about my 3rd standard crush, or 9th standard crush, or 10th standard crush? What should I tell? I was just thinking, to my dismay, you had taken smoothly to the next passion of yours. That was a wonderful thing. The story was quite inspiring. And you were not sounding like a first time you're coming to the stage and talking. This might be a 3rd or 4th time you're speaking on the stage. You were not sounding. You were so comfortable. And by asking questions, you engaged all the audience. The titles are so grabbing, you all are looking for. Okay? That is amazing. And you talked about passion, your photography. And I have brought few your photographic things. That is also quite inspiring. All your story was wonderful. You had a here and there humorous bit that was quite interesting. Okay, you have taken us to the different side of Balaji. I never knew this side of Balaji because most of the day I have seen you clicking photo, but you are amazing. So something new I came to know about you. So thank you so much for that. You're very comfortable and you're always smiling when talking because you're talking about your passion, photography. Obviously, when we talk about it from head to toe, you'll be showing all that, right? You were just doing that. That was amazing. A few recommendations here is Balaji. While talking about a certain thing, especially about the COVID, you should have passed and then use the stage and you were giving the speech. That was missing. You stood to one place, you're talking. Okay? And next thing what I felt is you have brought these two things to showcase, right? You should have kept it handy. You shouldn't have gone here and there. That was a little disturbing. The flow was disturbed something. You can avoid that in future. You should have used the stage properly and you were only looking at one particular spot. Okay? And the conclusion was excellent. Okay? But what I felt is you're talking about your passion and the spark and the inspiring story. You should have shown that. You have to show the spark. You should have, because you're talking about a passion. Okay? That should, we all should grab that. That was little missing. Otherwise, the story was amazing. You have served your purpose on the speech. Okay? So my commendation here is you're very bright. You were just talking with the bright smile, and your story was very inspiring. And the way you embraced the stage was quite impressive. And the opening, body, and conclusion was impactful. Okay? The only thing recommendation here is you should have used the stage properly, and then the body language. Like you're looking at one particular spot, or you have to see the entire stage. That's all. All the best for the future speech. Okay? Thank you so much. Over to you.
There is saying, right? Evaluate to motivate. I think Hema did that today. With live demonstration, I don't know, Vijay, I found all styles of communication in her evaluation. Now to move on to the next evaluator, to evaluate Toastmaster, who's the third speaker for today, Pramodh. Right? We have the third evaluator who was the VPM of Medley the last term. She has contributed immensely to this club. She's a HR professional and she is also a mother. She's an avid reader. I know how serious she's about when it comes to reading or sharing thoughts about books. She loves to listen to podcasts and she's a very passionate person who gives her 100% whatever she tries to do. That's my observation. Let's welcome Toastmaster Amritha.
Good afternoon, everyone. What is communication? Communication is something that bridges confusion and takes you to clarity. It's a bridge between between confusion and clarity. And communication is probably the single most important skill we all need to master in our personal as well as professional lives in order to be successful. Today, Toastmaster Pramodh presented an excellent speech on the various styles of communication and what has his experience been with communication styles so far. There are two things that really loved about his speech. The first was his storytelling style of delivery. So he wove a very intricate story about Toastmasters, Toastmaster conference and a situation in which each style of communication was nicely defined, explained and acted out with examples. So I think he made it very clear what is analytical, who can be analytical, how they are, an example of how they acted out that showed whether somebody is supportive or analytical kind of communicator. So that storytelling style was excellent, Pramodh, and I think it kept everybody engaged. There was excellent audience engagement. Your stance was really good. Your voice was steady and clear and your words were very clear. So all of this was excellent. The second thing that I really loved about your speech is your use of vocal variety and body language. As I said, your voice was really clear and steady and your hand gestures were, you used a lot of hand gestures to show what all was happening. So when you're using so many hand gestures, people cannot take their eyes off the speaker. So that was an excellent thing you did, very good hand gestures and you used the stage space fully. That was also really good. So excellent storytelling and excellent vocal variety body language. I do have a couple of recommendations for you. See, there is something called the primary style of communication for each person. Something that's inherent to us, that comes to us naturally, that we use almost all the time. When you even read about the 4 different communication styles, somehow one will appeal to you as this is me. In your case, in your speech, you could have highlighted what is your primary style of communication. I am not sure if it was clearly identified. So, why I am mentioning this is, that is one of the most important things that you learn from this project. When you understand what is your communication style, then you understand what is that impact on various kinds of communicators, what you need to change to be able to effectively communicate with different kinds of people. So that would have been a really good addition to your speech. The second recommendation I had for you is, you could have cited maybe one example where your style of communication didn't work. Somebody misunderstood you, or it became a little bit of confusion, and what you learned from that, oh, so maybe I was not very clear to them, or maybe I should have used a different style to talk to this person. If you had highlighted one incident, what didn't work, how I learned from that, oh, this is what I should have done, that would have really made it very, very effective. So in summation, excellent storytelling, very pertinent to Toastmasters, all the events, so everybody could relate, and then very, very, very good vocal variety, body language, and use of stage. If you had just identified your primary style, and then something that hadn't worked for you, then the speech would have been like 100% very, very effective. So all the best to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amritha, for sharing your evaluation with so much conviction and clarity. Now to move on to the 4th evaluator for today. He is someone who have taken a lot of roles, not just in the club, has moved out of the club, contributed to the area as an area PR person during the contest. He has been a contest chair for area. He has gone to the district level and taken the Chief Sergeant at Arms roles there, and now currently serving as a Vice President Public Relations for Medley Toastmasters Club. And whatever the post that, I believe one guest was telling that they saw a lot of posts in LinkedIn and all that, that post and flyer was created by Naren and his team. It's time to welcome the 4th evaluator for today, Toastmaster Naren.
Today, Toastmaster Vijayarajan spoke about 4 different styles of communication. I have identified the 5th style of communication, which is the Vijayarajan style of communication. Entertaining and informative. It is very difficult for a speaker to do even one, but to do both and to do it repeatedly. This is not the first time he has done it, but to do it every time he speaks is truly amazing. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Vijayarajan, for that. What did I like about Toastmaster Vijayarajan's speech? As usual, he came here, he stood, he owned the stage, he brought on his usual energy, charm, and he connected with the audience with everything that he had to say. That is signature trademark Toastmaster Vijayarajan for you. The second thing that I liked about his speech was the interesting perspective that he brought in. There were quite a few Toastmasters who have done this project recently, including today, where we had another Toastmaster who did it. One of the things that really stood out for me was the perspective that language can also determine your communication style. We all know that language plays a part in communication, but the communication style is different. And the fact that language could determine your communication style, and the way he brought in examples by taking words from English and from different languages and explaining that, demonstrating that, was really good, and that was a very fresh perspective on this particular project. Well done, Toastmaster Vijayarajan, on that front. On the recommendations side, I just have 3 recommendations. The first one is, we all saw the different communication styles that you spoke about, but what do you think is your primary communication style? Or how did somebody else's communication style influence you? These details were missing in the speech, and it would be better if you could add them as well in the future if you do this project again. The next thing that I found was the terminologies that you brought in. There are a myriad of communication styles, and you spoke about 4 types: passive, aggressive, and assertive. In the project manual, we have 4 different styles of communications prescribed by Toastmasters International, which is direct, analytical, initiating, and supportive. I know that there are many communication styles outside of this, and you highlighted 4 of them. But whenever we are doing a project, it is advisable to stick to the terminologies mentioned in that project. because otherwise it might be difficult for the listeners to sometimes follow along, because people who have done this project and people who are yet to do this project should familiarize themselves with these terms that are prescribed by Toastmasters International. So I would suggest to stick to the terminologies in the project manual. The final recommendation that I have for you is, your session was extremely interactive. You were giving us different examples, asking us what each example qualifies under, which category of communication style it qualifies under. But after a certain point, it felt like a Q&A session, where there were too many questions being asked. And the audience was responding each and every time, but after a certain point, it felt like a little too much. And it also takes away your valuable time of telling your perspective on this particular project to the audience. So maybe if you could reduce the time a little bit on asking the questions, that would be helpful as well. So overall, to summarize, I loved your communication style, the way you own the stage and the way you are confident on the stage, and you brought in a very interesting perspective. The recommendations, you could have identified your communication style, and please use the terminologies prescribed by Toastmasters International. And of course, the audience interaction is important, but it will be good if you can draw a line somewhere. These are my suggestions, and I'm sure that your speeches would only go higher from here. And with that, I'd like to hand over to the Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naren, for evaluating Toastmaster Vijay's speech. Now, with these 4 evaluations being done, they cover the quantitative aspects of evaluation. Now we are going to the quantitative aspects, wherein the TAG team will come and share their reports. For the first among the TAG team would be timer for today, Toastmaster Pradeep. He will be sharing the timer's report.
Thank you, Jayashri. Okay, Toastmaster Sriannapoorani took 4 minutes 26 seconds. And Toastmaster Balaji took 6 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Pramodh took 6 minutes 37 seconds. Toastmaster Vijayarajan took 8 minutes 32 seconds. And the overall fun session conducted by Ramya was 27 minutes and 10 seconds. And Evaluator Pradeep took 2 minutes 42 seconds. And Toastmaster Amritha took 3 minutes 24 seconds. Toastmaster Hema took 3 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Naren took 3 minutes 37 seconds. Thank you.
We are on time as per the agenda for this meeting. That's also because of the role that is being played by the timer. Thank you, timer, for diligently loading the time. Let's move on to the second person in the TAG team, which is the R counter. Let's welcome Toastmaster Raja to deliver the R counter.
I am reading out my R counter report. Guess Karan 1 R. Guess Krishna, he told 1 so. Guess Peter Jerome, clear speech. Toastmaster Barath, clear speech. Toastmaster Kousalya used 2 R, 1 so. Toastmaster Pradeep, timer, used 1 so. Toastmaster Jayashri, clear speech. Toastmaster Praveena, clear speech. Toastmaster Pradeep used 3 so's. Toastmaster Sriannapoorani used 1 R. Toastmaster Hema used 1 Toastmaster Balaji used 2 R, 2 so, and repeated 1 word after. Toastmaster Amritha gave a Toastmaster Amritha used 1 R and used so several times. Toastmaster Pramodh gave a clear speech. Toastmaster Vijayarajan used 1 R. Toastmaster Ramya gave a clear speech. Toastmaster Hema used 1 R. Toastmaster Amritha used 1 R. Toastmaster Naren used 1 R. Thank you.
I think he has used magnifying glasses in his ears and eyes to get this R counter report. Thank you, Raja, for that. Now let's hear from the Grammarian's report. Toastmaster Praveena on stage.
Good evening once again. So myriad was used 5 times, once by the 5 speakers, Kousalya, Jayashri, Pramodh, Vijay and Naren. I think they deserve a big round of applause. So we will start with the good usage. A lot of wonderful usage today. starting with our president, Toastmaster Barath, where he spoke about biosphere, conducive, overall a flawless speech, a very heartwarming, ear-warming speech, I would say. It was very nice to hear him speak with such clarity and very simple as well. Followed by Kousalya. Kousalya had just wonderful words which she used. Hoodlums, outnumbered, political drama, media circus, prosthetic leg. I just love the way you gave the story. It was very interesting, probably because of the kind of words again that you used. Nothing fancy about it, but very interesting, very simple, very easy for all of us to follow. Then Jayashri. Jayashri's was simple and lucid, and she was so comfortable with the way she spoke. I really can't specifically bring out any one particular word from yours, except for conviction and clarity, but overall it was music to our ears, the way you spoke. And we still have more of you coming in here with your general evaluators report. Sriannapoorani, yes, blissful childhood, oratorical competition, adrenaline rush, firecracker, she herself was a firecracker here, cumulative package, and many more. Balaji, Toastmaster Balaji as a speaker, passion, struggle, achievement. Pramodh, Toastmaster Pramodh, doldrums, writer's block, statistically speaking. Toastmaster Vijay, empathy, assertive, gender differentiation. Ramya, Toastmaster Ramya, duo and a twist, I sing for the joy of it. When words clash, fun begins. Hema, Evaluator Hema, overwhelming. Amritha, bridge between confusion and clarity. Wove an intricate story, primary style of communication, followed by Naren, entertaining and informative, owned the stage, signature trademark, terminologies. Yes, now there are a few occasions where I felt we could have improved better on how we use the grammar form. Here I'm not going to mention the names, I'm just going to say what happened and how it can be said better. Till the dawn, it can be till dawn. And one of the legs, instead of one of the leg, it's better if we say one of the legs. Generally, we don't use article before proper noun. Many of us end up using articles before a proper noun. Like, I like the dog. But if the dog is given a name, we only say I like Jimmy. We don't say I like the Jimmy. So generally before a proper noun, let's try to avoid using an article. Then each speaker, it's not each speakers, it's each speaker or each of these speakers, like Jayashri had mentioned. Instead of putted the story, we could probably say put the story or shared the story. That is a better way. Then there is no word as shooted. It is shot. That is the past tense. Shoot, shot. Then their thought will be so and so. Instead, we can say their way of thinking or their thought process is so and so. We normally say 2 times, 3 times. Instead, can someone say what we generally would prefer to use instead of 2 times? Twice, thrice. Twice, thrice. Live in the present. Instead of saying live in presence, live in the present. Then instead of inspired with you, inspired by you is better. Yeah, so that's about it. And there's one more, just a small bit issue that we have. When we use didn't, I didn't go to the Toastmasters meeting today. Many of us say I didn't went, because didn't is already past. So after that, the next verb that we use will be the present tense. So that is just a small tip that I thought I can give it to you as a grammarian today. So thank you so much.
I have read the book, How to Learn 30 Days English. And now this is like a 3-minute masterclass in English. Thank you, Grammarian, for that. Now it's time for me to give the General Evaluator report. Let me start with how the meeting was prepared before this, what has happened today. The flyer was released way back and it was also released twice. One was for the role players, the other one was the fun session. So the BPPR team was on fire, was on roll for throughout this week with milestone preparation also coming up. They deserve a good round of appreciation. And the very fun fact here is there is no revision in the agenda this time, I believe, and that made the life of Vice President Education a little easier, and kudos to you, Pramodh, for sharing this agenda, following it up with multiple groups. Now coming on to the meeting, the essay today is done by Srividhya. She's doing this role for the first time. I know how eager she was to follow it up in the role players group and making sure everything is ready for the meeting. Very neatly done. Appreciate your work as an essay. Now, with respect to the Toastmaster of the day, the theme was motivating, and she did start with an inspiring story with a lot of intelligent words that which the Grammarian did bring up today. Step up. The moment I saw, okay, hey, this is going to be interesting. Kudos to you, Kousalya, for that. And she did play her part very keenly in terms of having to structure the meeting on how it's going to be there. She explained that there is no table topics session, so that was a very informed meeting from the Toastmaster of the day point of view. This point in time, I also wanted to mention that the President did start the meeting on time with respect to the agenda. He did introduce the guest, and he also started with a beautiful story and whatnot. That was a brilliant session from the President as well in terms of setting up the meeting on fire from the beginning. Right? With that being said, now let's come to the speeches. Today I see there were 4 different speeches, and there was some revelation for me also sitting over there to unearth these potentials, and I was amazed by Annapoorani's icebreaker speech, Balaji's this side of the work. That was something that which I think we also need to encourage as a club and see how can we help him to leverage his potential. And third and fourth speaker, though their projects were similar, it was a contrast in terms of presentation, very neatly done. Pramodh in his own style and Vijay is in his Dandanaka style, whatever it is. Right, that was done, and each of the individual evaluators gave their maximum or best for the speaker to improve. In that way, I'm very happy what the evaluators did do today. And coming to the tag team, today timer was performed by the first timer, and he did do a brilliant job in terms of. And Raja, I'm not seeing him as a newcomer. It's like he's been part of almost all the meetings. He's been very regular and he's been doing his job meeting after meeting very consistently. Kudos to you, Raja. Keep continuing that. Ramya rocked in her own way. A master class on its own. Yes. With that being said, there were a few suggestions from my end as a general evaluator. The first one is, of course, there were projector setup done, but it was not very well set it up so that the speaker could maximize the usage of projector, whereas there were little chaos in that. Maybe it is also the responsibility of not just the sergeant at arms, but also the people who are part of the subcommittee can also help and make sure this is all taken care. That's one. Number 2 is I've got this feedback from few of the members as well as from the speakers in the past that if there are 2 projects which is of the same project, let's say if it is understanding your communication style or understanding your leadership style, if there is a meeting, if there are 2 back-to-back speeches or 3 back-to-back speeches of the same project, we could try to avoid by bringing the variety of projects in the packed agenda if that is possible from the scheduling point of view. So with these 2 pointers, I just felt like if we are able to work on these 2, we'll be able to take the quality of the club to the next level as well. Thank you, and back to the Toastmaster of the day.
I request the timer to read out the qualified evaluators.
Okay, so Hema, Toastmaster Hema qualified, Toastmaster Amritha, Pradeep, Naren, all qualified.
All 4 are qualified. I request you all to vote for the best evaluator, role player, and tag role player. It's now time to hand over the stage back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Barath.
Thank happy Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Kousalya. What a wonderful meeting we had today. I'd like to appreciate the first time role players today, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Srividhya, Timer of the Day Toastmaster Predeep S, and the Counter of the Day Toastmaster Raja M. I would also like to congratulate Pradeep KRC for completing level 1 today. And now it's the time to appreciate and honor our icebreaker speaker, Toastmaster Annapoorani. Toastmaster Annapoorani, may I request you to come over? Please be seated, and I request all the speakers for standing ovation. Congrats, Toastmaster Annapoorani. Wish you many more successful projects in your Toastmasters journey. Thank you. Thank you. Can we have feedback from few of the guests who have joined here? Guest Akash, can you come over here and share a few words or feedback about the meeting?
So good evening everyone. So far the meeting was really good. Like I was able to experience the difference in Gavel Club and Toastmasters Club, and yeah, it went very smoothly. And I hope I would learn a lot of things in upcoming meetings. Thank you.
Ms. Anand, can you come over here and share a few words of feedback for the meeting?
So, I just want to say it was a wonderful meeting. It's been a while since I've been to one of these in a long time, and brought back some memories that I think I did for at least 1.5 years back then. And just nice hearing people's different stories from where they come from or what they have, different experiences in life. That I think informs all of us as a whole. So I look forward to hopefully more meetings in the future. So
thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Krishna.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I noted a few points which I would like to share. A lot of y'all, I think during the evaluation also you shared interesting points. So I thought, why not? So certain lines, because I'm a copywriter, so I like some of the lines. So cup of tea when the world is on fire. Your blue is not their blue, and the pauses help your speech, and use this stage to move on. Thank you.
Yes, Peter.
Thank you, friends. Yesterday I saw the poster that a theme called Step Up. It was a nice word. So by step, we can become a good communicator here. We can learn and become a good communicator. Thank you.
Good evening, Toastmasters and fellow guests, and including myself. I really am very happy to be here. A couple of things that I noticed that there are, I understood from today that there are a myriad of, communication styles and the way people speak. And I was very much impressed with Annapoorani's speech and, the way Pramodh tried to, enact and really play it out on the stage. And of course, Vijayarajan also did a good job. And thank you all very much for having me here. I look forward to, I'm a person who has a lot of passion, and I put in a lot of perseverance to try to, move up in life and achieve more things in my career.
So I hope that this stage will help me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anand. A few announcements and then few things which we wanted to cascade from the last district council meeting. So district council meeting, the second district council meeting of this year of 25-26 was conducted or held on 11th of September 2025. It was an online Zoom meeting. So each club, the president and the vice president education represent the club. So from Medley, myself and vice president education Toastmaster Pramodh participated in the meeting. So there were updates from all the trio and all the other admin and then the finance directors of the district 120. And the main thing was the budget was presented and passed in the meeting. So that was one thing. And then there were updates from the club growth director, the PR about what are the flyers that have been released and what are the plans for increasing the corporate clubs and what are the number of clubs they are going to increase. So out of that, the main two things is one, the budget was presented and passed. The other thing, they have during the district council meeting, they announced like the November last week or the third week and last week would be the ideal date for the semi-annual district conference at Coimbatore. And today you must have seen the flyer which is released. The dates have been announced. The dates are November 22nd and 23rd for the semi-annual district conference at Coimbatore. The venue and other registrations details will follow soon. These were the updates which want to cascade or want to announce from the district council meeting. The other thing is the next week, as you know, we have our 850th Medley Milestone meeting, and we have all the arrangements in place, and then the milestone chair along with the various chairs they have started their work, and request all the members and guests to join us next week for the milestone meeting and make it as a grand event. Now we move on to the winners of today's meeting. Before we move on to the winners, as a custom, we have been announcing the for every month the star of the month and the rising star. So we have some points calculation which we have circulated. How the points are calculated in WhatsApp group a few weeks before, and then there are further other criteria like the rising star. We will focus on the members in Medley less than a year or from 0 to 12 months, and then the star of the month is beyond 12 months. And then there are other various criteria. If we do not repeat a person who has already got it. With that criteria is what we conclude with the point based onto the star and the rising star of the month. So for the month of August, the rising star of the month is Toastmaster Srividhya. Congrats. And the star of the month for the month of August, Toastmaster Hema. The best speaker to the icebreaker speaker, Toastmaster Anand. The best evaluator, Toastmaster Naren. The best role player, general evaluator, Toastmaster Jayashri. And the best tag role player, Grammarian, Toastmaster Praveena. for joining. And with the sound of this gavel, I adjourn Medley meeting number 840. The request for the members and guests to join us for tea and snacks.